taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut season off top, you stop breathing.
Services, like, and we paying for that. No one wants to have to pay an extra on the fucking extra that they paying for it. Like, you may as well just jump into the extra bullshit we got going on next weekend.
Yeah, pretty much.
And we'll definitely get some polls with Shakur Stevenson and Serrano and all of them this week. You know, they still buzzing. You know? But we want to keep that going because obviously the fight we about to talk about now don't have no buzz.
Yeah, like not one single fucking buzz. Like, of course, we're talking about Canelo and, Saul, Canelo Alvarez, and Dmitry Bivol. You know, fighting for Bivol's.
Ain't no one give a fuck about no Big Bivol, nigga.
Yeah, you know, fighting for Bivol's WBA light heavyweight title. You know, he's had since 2018. And yeah, and like I said, I mean, obviously, you know, after the planned pay-per-view, obviously, you know, Canelo was like, yeah, this is a one-fight deal. And then after that, we'll just go from there. And of course, you know, during this whole process after Canelo left Oscar, Canelo got buddy-buddy with Eddie Hearn. And to the point where he actually likes Eddie Hearn. So much that he works with him. So far, you know, Canelo actually has a promotion that actually does. He co-promotes with Eddie Hearn. And surprisingly, the shows that being aired on the Zone are actually pretty fucking good. They're action packed, you know. But is that type of relationship we have? So
I mean, if your own fights ain't action packed, at least promote some action packed cards.
Facts, you know. But it's funny too because it's like I mean, it seems like, you know, PBC was ready to offer him like 2 fights. Like there was with Jamal Charlo and was it Benavidez or some shit like that for 75 mil or some shit like that. But then Eddie Hearn's like, look, face Bivol and then, you know, face Triple G. How he managed to get that deal with Triple G is beyond me, but he finally did. You know, so you know, Canelo, you know, decided, you know, hey, I'm back on the Zone Matchroom again. Matchroom can put his picture up on their roster again. All that other nice shit.
Eddie just making Oscar look so bad.
Yeah,
like he's really delivered every fight Oscar couldn't.
That's time. Really bad.
Like wow, and it's like, and he had Canelo as his face and his company, and it's like. Now he still has a great roster, and it's like, what's going on?
Right. It's actually pretty funny. But now Canelo was on here again, on the Zone again, and obviously the buzz is not because Bivol is not a controversial guy. He just does his business, and he's also not as known because Bivol hasn't really fought on American TV like that.
Wait, hold on. We had a Twitter poll that said Bivol was like one of the most known people out there. Like I don't know, what are y'all talking about? Like people on Twitter were saying he's more known than Andre.
Yeah.
Like they was trying to have him go neck and neck with fucking Benavidez and Charlo. So I just wanted to make sure, man.
Yep, and then Hiko Chen said, you know, fuck her in the Zone. Bivol Canelo has no real hype. Yeah, well, not fuck Hearn in the Zone. Like Hearn right now, Canelo should be benefiting from the whole buzz with Serrano and Taylor. Like he
was at the wrong card. He should have been at that card instead of watching his boy get his ass whipped.
Yeah. You know, but it's unfortunate because
Reynoso's there. Like, why you need to be there? Oh, because you're the trainer.
See, you're the actual trainer. That's your fighter. That's your fighter. You gotta be there.
Y'all think
the undercard looks good for this too, though. I mean, the card is pretty stacked for, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And usually, like I said, I don't miss an opportunity to shit on Canelo or shit on Canelo's card. If you ever heard me go off on his cards, but I've been silent about it because I actually like the undercard. And I actually like Canelo Bivol, but I have to be a realist. Canelo Bivol is not. I mean, if you're not a hardcore fan, it's not going to really move you like that. Because Bivol is not really an action fighter. I myself
hardcore European fan because they're the only ones who talk this fight up.
Yeah,
like nobody in America gives 2 fucks about this fight. Like, and y'all, it's like somehow the plant fight became an event and it overperformed, and so it kind of left us wanting like, okay, if Plant can make an event like that with Canelo, like, how about a motherfucker who's really gonna throw some hands?
Right.
Benavidez. Charlo.
But for some reason, you know, PBC just didn't offer him any. PBC didn't offer him. I mean, I think it's just. I mean,
they offered him enough money, man. That's Canelo taking the damn, you know, a different route. Now people could say it's the less tough route or the more boxing skilled route. Hey, who am I to judge? But I'm just saying, it's no hype because nobody asked for this fight. Like, people asked for better beef.
Well, I mean, I think we knew it was coming because, I mean, we knew he was going to move to 175 and try to collect the belts there, too.
And you could have, then you needed to put Bivol in some better fights to make this sweeter.
Yeah, I mean,
Zerto is promoting a Bivol fight, but Bivol hasn't been promoting a Canelo fight or any fight. He's just kind of been there.
Well, I mean,
it's like your fights have to lead somewhere. Like, hold on. Who the fuck is fighting with goddamn foot soldiers?
Yeah, I got mute his mic because he's clearly doing something he's not supposed to be doing.
Is it fighting the Foot Clan or what's going on? You know, Bebop and Rocksteady throwing you into a wall, like.
Hopefully it's not LSD turbulence.
Backwards turbulence.
But yeah, no, it's just because Bivol actually definitely did put in his bid. You know, I want to face Canelo, so it's just like, you know, and Bivol.
What bid? What, the dude is not putting no fucking. He's just been at light heavyweight, fighting normal contenders, fighting normal contenders, having normal performances, just being there, and people are trying to act like he did something to fucking earn this fight, like he did something special, like. Canelo chose this guy.
Right.
There's a reason too, bro. Like, he knows Bivol's a guy who's gonna sweet science him. He's not gonna press the issue, and Bivol hasn't looked. He's been active, of course.
Absolutely active, which is a big plus for him.
That's a big plus, and he's undefeated. That's another. So he doesn't know how to do it, but he hasn't been looking good. He hasn't been looking great.
He hasn't been looking exceptional. I mean, he hasn't like stood out. He's done what he's supposed to do, but he hasn't.
What he's supposed to do is dominate and kick these guys' asses. He's been just boxinating.
Right.
Dude, he's been having these just regular performances. Like, you just win. Like, when you playing fight night before you go to bed, you're just like, you're not playing it to really go career mode. You just couple random bouts and then you go to sleep. You don't care about looking great.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing. Like,
I'm seeing a lot of people think he's going to win this fight, though.
He's just going 12 rounds.
But I'm seeing a lot of people thinking Bivol might win this fight.
Yeah, I'm not saying that there's not a possibility.
I mean, he has a chance.
Yeah.
He has one of the best chances since Golovkin, like, honestly.
I hear that all the time. Yeah, I mean, it's probably true, to be honest.
I mean, he's technically sound. He has enough pop. He has footwork, which is a big plus. You know, he's a bigger guy. And he has faster.
It's the intangibles. He don't like to get hit, and he don't take chances.
And
That's two big things against Canelo.
Because he's in his prime, you know. Because Canelo fought Kovalev 175, but Kovalev was washed. You know, this is a guy in his prime. So.
Yeah, Bivol is in his prime, very much in his prime. But yeah, it's good. But I think Bivol, I understand that he's gonna have to really try to hurt Canelo, or he's gonna have to, or it has to be so clear.
Dude, if he was gonna really try to hurt Canelo, he would have really tried to hurt the damn dudes he's been fighting recently. He hasn't. And that's the thing people missing. It's the fucking intangibles about this fight, man. Like, do you not y'all guys? I know y'all niggas butt boxing. Like, I ain't gonna be on a fucking podcast with motherfuckers who I don't respect. They fucking boxing knowledge. I'm talking about you motherfuckers out there that just on some other shit. Like, don't y'all watch the fucking sport? Do y'all look at the signs? Like, Bivol has some pros that's good for him.
Mm-hmm.
But the telling shit that make you know he's gonna lose are the intangibles, and that's where he's there really underperforming at. Hasn't looked great. Hasn't really pushed the issue in none of his fights.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not gonna push the issue against the niggas, the dudes you fighting now, are you gonna bite down and push the issue against Canelo? When you got real A-class fucking counter punches zooming by your head and shit.
Yeah, against the pound for pound, I mean, number one guy, really. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
Bivol would have to fight at his best level and then some.
I mean, I will say this though, Bivol does look on point. Like, dude looks like he's actually trained hard as fuck. Like, dude is like ripped.
You need to fight like that. It ain't a fucking. I don't care if you look like goddamn Ken Norton and Mandingo. Like, it ain't a goddamn bodybuilding contest. He could look as ripped as he wants. Like, fight like you ripped. You need to rip shots. Like, because you ain't been doing that against the ops you've been fighting. You just been winning.
Yeah,
and
I mean, he wins and he wins clear. Like, and then he does have names on his resume that people could recognize, which is also another plus for him.
But that's years ago.
Yeah.
With exception of Joe Smith.
Yeah.
And Joe Smith heard his ass like, get the fuck out. Like,
I mean, I was there. They got. Yeah,
I know you did. Fight report on ZenGameRadio.com.
Yeah.
But yeah, see, look, we go down the list. Fuck it, we'll keep it the basics, nigga. Jab. Who's better, Canelo or Bivol?
Bivol probably has a slightly better jab.
Slightly better, okay.
Yeah, Bivol uses it more, and so yeah, by default, yeah.
Right hand.
That's Canelo.
Canelo easy.
Left hook.
Canelo.
For sure, Canelo.
Uppercut.
Canelo. He's crushing these eye sockets. It's like.
Ask Billy Joe. Ask Billy Joe about.
So damn, but we just named like all the punches, and y'all only gave one.
How about footwork?
Yeah, I mean that's just the punches, but I mean.
Okay.
It's not Bivol can't punch, but he's not really known. I mean, he has 11. The funny thing is too is he hasn't scored a knockout in a while. He still has over 50.
And that's the problem,
which is weird.
He hasn't scored none because he don't fucking push the. He don't want to get hit. He don't want to take no more punches than he's like. Look, he's the Butte. He's like a legit Butte.
No, Butte actually bodies some cats, bro.
No, what I mean is like, look, Butte don't like getting hit either. Like he didn't fight the guys that was as good as the dudes Bivol fought.
Right.
But the difference is, Butte, he had that dog in him where he was getting these niggas out of there though.
Right.
Like it was almost like, fuck, why waste it? Why risk the chance of you hitting me 3 times in each round going to the distance, and I don't really like getting hit. When I could just go all out in these two or 3 rounds and knock you out. Bivol is like, fuck it, like, you know what, I'm gonna just pinpoint you and outpoint you accurately to the bell and minimize any contact towards me. And he's fine with that, but if you train your mind to be like that, you can't fight no fucking Canelo this tournament. I don't care how good you fucking train.
Yeah.
Do I want Bivol to win? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I would love for him to win. And honestly, I think he wins. But I don't think I'm not picking him to win.
Yeah, it's kind of hard because, like I said, Bivol has the intangibles. He has the potential to really make a hard.
No, he has the skill. He has the skill set and the attributes. The 2 main intangibles he don't have.
Let me ask you all this. How many rounds? Because Canelo probably got some favoritism on the judges. How many?
Of course, and Hiko Chen pointed that out.
How many rounds does Bivol have to win actually to win? You know what I mean?
He's going to need to win
12.
He goes to blank 10.
See, LB didn't even wait. He's not even fucking around with it. He said this nigga said 12, yo. 12, yo.
Dude, you gotta win 12 rounds to beat Canelo by split decision.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, like, I mean, Floyd won arguably all 12 rounds, maybe a one round you want to give or take, you know, and the judge actually gave this
Even if
a draw.
Objectively, you could give Canelo 3 rounds tops in the Floyd fight. 3 rounds. There's no way you could give him more than 3 rounds. And 3 rounds might be stretching it. And someone had that a fucking draw.
Yeah.
Do you imagine how bad you gotta stretch that shit? Like,
yeah, that was incompetence right there. I mean, even Canelo was like, no. Even Canelo was not a fool, like thinking he won. He was even close to winning that damn fight.
so it's just So you got to win 9 rounds to get a 7-5 decision over Canelo. Canelo won. GG won 8 rounds in first fight and got a drunk it, which is facts.
Facts.
Like, cause honestly, the first fight, Golovkin won anywhere between 9 to 8 rounds. Right. Canelo didn't win no fucking more than he didn't win no fucking 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds in that fight.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I'm picking Canelo by decision. I mean, I think I don't know if he's gonna be able to knock him out. I'd be impressed, but I think Canelo will win a comfortable decision, right? In this.
Yeah, I mean, part of me thinks I want Bivol to win, and he can win, but I think this is gonna. But I have to be a realist and be like, Canelo's probably gonna win this by decision. You know, because Bivol's never been down.
That's safest bet in boxing. Canelo by decision. Lately he's been Canelo by late stoppage, though.
Yeah, Canelo's been, for the most part. I mean, he's been bodying super middleweights. You know, but Bivol, I mean, like I said, Bivol is
big
really
super middleweights. he ain't bodying no little dudes. Like, Saunders was the closest to a normal size super middleweight so far. Like, Caleb Smith is already at light heavyweight, and Plant looked like he could go to light heavyweight eventually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. You know, Bivol had been asking for it. I mean, because Bivol said, I can fight that super middleweight, and blah, 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 blah. Well, like I said, you know, you got to defend your belt now.
I don't want to hear this Chad Dawson bullshit. Fight this nigga at light heavyweight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, do y'all think Canelo can go undisputed at 175?
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I feel like he might fight. I mean, after Triple G, he might look to face the winner of Joe Smith Jr. and Better Beefs.
Well, I'm just curious to see. I mean, if he loses to Bivol, I mean,
if he loses,
does he still fight Triple G? Because that's like
he's gonna rematch Bivol. Like you could almost see it now. Like the boxing guys is looking down. He's brewing. Like look, when have we ever had both Canelos fight back to back? Somebody I don't know if they both want to get a decision. Taylor got this one. I don't know. Bivol might get this one.
Mm-hmm.
Canelo's gonna have to knock Bivol out.
Mm-hmm.
I think if this gets to a decision, it might be one of those majority decision, split draw type of bullshit.
Facts.
Because Bivol, one thing he has. Because see, the thing is, we've been talking about all the other shit. We're gonna just break down the strategy real quick. Bivol, if he's just to stay active with jab, and just
he's got a clear advantage of size too.
That's why he has to be active. If he just if he fights behind Canelo like Plant was doing, he's gonna fucking he's gonna damn allow Canelo to just walk him down. So if he assertive and just goes for it behind the jab and try to go punch for punch, but anytime Canelo counters, he could stay in the fight the whole time. And then what's gonna happen? Some people are gonna start saying, "Damn, Bivol's landing, some jabs." Niggas gonna start thinking about the Golovkin fight when we're seeing Canelo get hit with jabs. But the thing is, they ain't gonna be neck snapping jabs. They're just gonna hit them. So I feel like if the fight goes the distance or goes some rounds, easily, like it's gonna be like a high paced tactical fight.
Very much so. Yeah, I mean, I know people. And so yeah, people might get excited because it wasn't like people will probably be disappointed because Bivol's not an action fighter like that. People they have to expect it. Bivol is very tactical. This is probably gonna be chess. It's gonna be more of a chess fight.
And then look, he got his whole country behind him. Like with everything going on in the world, he has a chance to make his country look good. That's something that you cannot downplay. Because remember, everyone's always the way the world is looking at it, they're looking at it for the other side. So I'm just saying, like that's a lot. Like it's a lot Bivol got going for him. So
what'd you think about that, P, for this fight, for this Canelo fight?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Man, I wasn't all excited for this fight, but you know what? It is what it is. It should be a interesting fight. Because Bivol has the boxing and the footwork. I'm just tired of seeing motherfuckers try to box Canelo. Like,
right.
It's not gonna work. Especially if you don't have any power behind it. Like, I want to see him try to fight Canelo, but he's gonna use his footwork. He's gonna use his movement, which should help him. But I'm just not. I'm about it. I feel like people are gonna think it's either. I think people are gonna feel like it's a boring fight or it's just bleh. It depends. It really depends.
If it's a fight of the year, that means, as I've always said, if this is a fight of the year, that means something went horribly wrong.
Canelo
went horribly
dropped
right.
or something. Shit. But also on the undercard, there's a heavyweight. We haven't had a heavyweight banger this year. Really, there might be a heavyweight flip.
Yeah,
Zhang fight might be real good.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, the
kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah, and first of all, I mean, if you heard the story, first of all, the story about how this fight came about is a disgrace. It's a disgrace to everyone except for Tony Yoka. He's the only one that that wanted it, but unfortunately, some other bullshit kept him away from that fight. A different fight. He apparently signed for. It's like, yeah, no, you gotta do this shit first. And they had to go down to the 13th or 14th rank, which was Zhang. And this is Eddie's heavyweight prospect. And as we all know, Zhang is not that great. He's not that great at all. Whereas Hrgovic is legit. Dude is tough. I mean, so it's an interesting fight because it's gonna see. I mean, can Zhang actually pull off a real upset, or does Hrgovic knock him the fuck out? It's that type of fight. But the IBF was wild. Honestly, the IBF after that, I would have thrown anyone, with the exception of Yoka, I would have thrown everyone's rating out the fucking window. You know what? No, fuck y'all. Y'all don't want to fight for a shot, a title. And there was Ortiz and a whole bunch of Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz was the next highest ranked contender, if I'm not mistaken. And he was like, no, I'm good. You talk about he was injured or whatever.
And then he got that. At least he got that Ruiz fight coming up.
Well, yeah, and he almost didn't get it because this motherfucker was like, because Ruiz signed the fight the kickboxer, and then he's like, wait a minute, you signed with me first. I was like, nigga, you should have signed for a title shot. Like, what the fuck?
Do you think all these niggas really duck and flip though? I saw some reports about 5-6 dudes really ducking this guy. Is he really that scary of a fighter?
They're all ducking him. With the exception of Tony Yoka, he was the only one. And then Joe Joyce, I don't think was really ducking him. It was just more or less he was in a position to get a more high profile fight, so I don't really hold that against him. Everyone else was ducking this motherfucker, man.
But I ain't trying to hold it against Ortiz because it's like he's fought legit dudes, and it's like now he got the Ruiz fighting, and we kind of knew in the back of our head Ruiz fight was going to happen for Ortiz. I was talking about since the Martin, so I ain't gonna hold him to the. And you know me, I be critical as fuck on Ortiz. So
yeah.
So if I'm I'm straight, but Yeah, them other dudes, yeah, they was ducking.
Yeah, big time.
That's all I gotta say on that. Man. Not Joe Joyce, because like I said, he's earned his shot. You had like maybe 3 legit names that I could overlook, but the rest, nah.
Yeah. Yeah, they were wilding though, but fuck it. If Zhang wins, and hey, then he's a Mando for for Usyk or Joshua, whoever wins in the rematch.
And the winner get the spoils, so it's whatever. Like, don't take a chance on yourself. You ain't gonna win.
Right, and then of course we got Montana Love in there on the main card fighting Gabriel Valenzuela. That should be a really good fight. Valenzuela's 25-2-1, 15 knockouts. He hasn't lost in like was it 5-6 years? It's been a while. And then the last one to beat him was one William Zepeda. One of the only people to actually go to distance with him. One of the 2 people that have actually gone to distance with him. So that should be
like a little beast right now.
Yeah, so the fact that he didn't get knocked out by him is impressive. So yeah, that should be a good fight. And then one of Eddie's prospects, Shakram Gayasov, 12-0, facing a real knockout puncher in Christian Gomez, 22-2-1 with 20 knockouts. That's not a fucking around type of record.
Yeah, this is the best Canelo undercard since the Kovalev.
You got Montana Love versus like the 4th or 5th motherfucking Valenzuela ass motherfucker.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of Valenzuela. If you're a Valenzuela nigga, you box.
You box. Yeah.
And then of course he has his fighters like Alexis Espino, and then the one Mark Castro.
He got dropped his last fight.
Yeah, with his big Joker teeth.
He's like Teddy Perkins from Atlanta. That episode.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and ironically, Mark Castro's probably the only one who's actually who's fighting someone who's probably an actual jobber. Fighting a journeyman because he got dropped in his last fight.
We'll give you one showcase fight. That's it. I ain't mad. If that's the case, Canelo need to fight more light heavyweights. If y'all gonna give us this kind of card.
Yeah. But regardless, though, this should not be a pay-per-view card. I like the card. Yeah. I like what's on it. I have no idea. But this, I have a sub. This should just be part of my sub. It shouldn't make no sense that Europe gets this fight for free, but we're paying 15. Oh, if you have a sub, it's $59.99 for the zone. If you don't have a sub, it's $79.99.
They
wildin'. Yeah.
Dude, y'all making us pay pay-per-view for a fight no one asked for.
I'm saying
with no buzz. But meanwhile, we just got Stevenson Valdez for free, and regular and the biggest women's fight ever. For regular subscription shit,
$20 maybe.
Right, and then on top of that, they announced another super card, with Bam facing King Soar, and that whole card is flames, and that's not pay per view. And come on, no, and that's that'll be part of the sub. But you want
and this should go to flop. No one's gonna buy this shit. I'm telling you, y'all, look, if they would have chose Benavidez and Charlo, that shit, they would have been pushing close to $1 million, baby. Tell it.
And here's my thing, and also this is why I was hoping, if Canelo implant, it's so 700, 800.
800.
It's a success for the most part. It still didn't break the million barrier, which is.
But it's still over. Cause look, you're not thinking Plant Canelo is going to get over 400, 500, maybe 350. But Plant, you wouldn't think it more than 500, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Because Plant's marketable. You was going to get sales with Plant, but no one was thinking 800.
Right.
So just imagine Benavidez and Charlo, dudes who got reputations and people who love to see how they fight. And the shit they talking and the stuff they that's what you follow up on the performance off of the Plant fight, not no damn Bivol.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, but yeah, it's yeah. Like I
Hold
mean,
on, did King P say he gonna knock Canelo knocking him out, or did King P pick him by decision?
Canelo by decision.
God damn, so I'm the only one picking him to knock him out.
Yeah, no, I mean the thing with Bivol is, and I actually kind of noticed this, like he's got like a bad habit of like dropping his lead hand like a lot after he throws, and I feel like that's something that Canelo will take advantage of. He will get countered a lot, and that him dropping that lead hand will come back to bite him a lot in this fight. So.
Yeah. I see it because I mean that was the shit that got him rocked against Joe Smith too. That had him walking like a zombie.
He's so lucky that bell came.
Yeah, he did. Like I mean, because all of us in the press area, we were just like, "Whoa!" Like like I mean, dude did that slow walk. Look, he looked like he was about to do the smooth criminal lean until the bell saved him.
Oh shit.
But yeah, this fight in terms of, like I said, I like the card. I mean, I was hoping that maybe that the Zone and Matchroom would throw this in the theater. I mean, they threw fucking Fury, Matchroom didn't do this, but they threw Fury White in the theaters. They threw him in Hooters where I watched that fight. But I was hoping that they would actually throw him in there, but it doesn't seem to be the case. So, hopefully they do announce something else. I'll find a way to make it work. With my sub. Yes, yeah, no, I like the card and everything like that, and obviously the whole thing is that Canelo wins and we get Canelo Triple G3 in September, which would be great,
Watch the boxing. I'm sorry. Say what you're gonna say. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I'm sure DAZN and Matchroom will put all types of marketing and everything better. Like you'll hear about this fight, you'll hear about that fight. And it'll definitely, and unfortunately, it probably looks like it'll trend towards pay-per-view. This is what happens if Canelo bombed. Then they wouldn't even dare try it with Canelo and Bivol. They'd probably try it with Ryan Garcia or some shit like that. But, yeah. But
they looked at that damn plan, them numbers, and was like, "Fuck."
Yeah, let me get in the damn game.
But see, that's the thing. That's the whole thing when we talk about. It's like, are you watching boxing or are you looking at it? Because if you watch boxing, Bivol was never going to garner that type of attention like Plant did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
And we're even seeing Plant with like 500K type of dude. Bivol is like 300, 250, 200. Like, no one is really pushing for that fight. No one.
Also with the Plant, like the build up with the slap and everything, all the theatrics and all the quotes, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, maybe it's our American bias, but Plant's American, and it's just like there's a little bit more,
Then it's been talked about. Remember that whole year? What was it? 2020. The Plant fight was always thrown about for like a whole year, like. Mm-hmm. So it was always there, like it was always talked about, and whereas Bivol is just, oh yeah, he's a younger guy, and like
he's undefeated and a champion.
Yeah. But Bivol name ain't been buzzing. The only person buzzing his name is Zerto, who he should be fighting with, and that would have made a Canelo fight.
Bro, Zerto Munguia got the most insignificant 40+0 records currently.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm trying to be like Leo Santa Cruz.
Yes.
And even he got, at least he fought some damn good fights. Like what's up with these two?
Yeah, I don't know what it is with Zerto. But yeah, Zerto's pretty much his last chance to really get back on. To really get some momentum back in his career. But of course, if Bivol pulls the upset, then I'm pretty sure Bivol probably going to face the winner of Better Beef and Joe Smith.
Nah, they're going Canelo got all these types of rematch clauses. This is matchroom. This is rematch rules. Like, come on, pilot, tell this nigga where this at.
Yeah, rematch.
Bivol's a matchroom fighter too.
Of course,
but Canelo's money man. You know what it is. Like if he'll get the rematch if he needs it.
Okay, so Texas made the realist. I got Bivol beating Canelo
But
Okay,
KO or
by decision, of course. Nah,
yeah.
shit. I can't see Bivol can no KO and nobody, but we seen stranger shit. Like if he needs to fight the KO Canelo, though, I give you that. But I was gonna say earlier, shit, White Quebecan had a rematch clause. Yeah, the Canelo TKO 10. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think I'll go 11. But yeah, TKO 10 sounds right. Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, this is the thing with the whole boxing guys. I look at it like you got motherfuckers complained about a motherfucking Golovkin fight, the rubber match for so many years now. We don't want to see it, this, that. This nigga turned the clock around, puts on his best performance since the damn last Canelo fight. Got the streets buzzing, want people to see it. And I just feel like with the way boxing is, we'll have some irony shit where Canelo will be the motherfucker that end up losing, and we don't get the Golovkin fight because of that.
Yeah, and it'll be a damn shame.
I can just see it now. He could lose like a fucking majority decision or a split decision, and everybody's like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
And it's like, he said, "Nah, but both might take a time." Both are too technical for either to get knocked down. I agree. Like, I feel like if you're gonna knock Canelo down, you gotta knock him down with like an overhand shot or a punch you don't see.
mm-hmm.
That you're not gonna hit him with no 1-2. He ain't Sergio Martinez, but Canelo. Yeah, he gonna use the same ones Katie Taylor. What you talking about? They gonna jump in like it's Marvel versus Capcom in between rounds,
Right?
But yeah, I'll be like, Texas, you gotta show up next week, and if Bivol wins, bro, you gotta show up next week and talk your shit. I'll be right there, like ad-libbing, like, yeah, I knew it. I felt it, but I still pick Canelo by KO.
Right.
I've been burned too many times by these fucking judges, man.
That's a good thing, man. So it's well, no, that the judges in the pocket's not really a good thing.
Yeah, it's not, because it make you, because look, normally this is the type of fight that I would pick against Canelo.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just like, the judges, and then like I said, the intangibles. If Bivol was a guy who fought hard like Charlo, I'm picking him to win.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the only thing missing. Like, you're not gonna beat Canelo not fighting hard. Even
Right.
Floyd had to fight hard to beat Canelo.
Right.
Like, you're not just gonna just beat him on no fucking cruise control boxing lesson shit. Like, so nah, like different temperament, yeah, Bivol all day, but and even then he could still win. Like, being who he is, he's just gonna have to be the perfect version of who he is. Like, nigga, to be perfect against Canelo for 12 rounds, that's like being perfect against Stevenson for 12 rounds. Like, that's a hard fucking job.
It's a hard task.
Yeah. Pinpoint precision, accuracy, combinations coming at your ass.
Yeah, I mean, you don't think Canelo's gonna hurt him? Besides LB, since LB is picking.
Canelo is gonna hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
But Bivol's stocky, like, he's big, like, he's strong, like, he just don't fight like you. So it'd be crazy to see Canelo be like hurting him. Like, I'll be like, oh shit.
I mean, if Bivol, like I said, if Bivol really fought to his actual physical strengths or whatever, like really it was more physical, he would probably be a real problem. The problem is he hasn't fought like that in a long time. So not just his last knockout that he got, But
when was that? Like the last Charlo knockout?
Yeah, right. That shit was like when HBO was still. He did on HBO. That was when HBO was still on there. So it's just like, this guy. I mean, he's overdue for a performance where he has to remind people that he really has skills. Like he's really that. He's really not like he's not a jobber or a bum or anything like that. He's he's worthy of being.
Canelo been looking at him. It's like he's skilled, but he's cooling off. He's cooled off.
Right.
That's what Bivol is. He's skilled. You'll get credit, high accolades. You'll get props, but it's a cooled off. It ain't buzzing. It ain't sizzling. Like you got your chili skillet fajitas. Like they sat him out there too long.
Right.
That shit, you came back to the table, them shits weren't sizzling, popping no more. And that's what Bivol is. Like, great when you get them fresh, yeah, like them shits be busting, but you're not supposed to get them 10 minutes later. Damn, I'm hungry now. Fuck that.
So yeah,
that's it, right?
Yeah, man. So yeah, that's pretty much, man. Like, I mean, it's on Saturday. It's $59.95 on pay-per-view. The Zone pay-per-view. If you have a sub, $79.99, of course. And then obviously on our on our Twitter, if it turns out that it's airing elsewhere, obviously I will we will share accordingly. And then
legal options. Don't be hitting us up for stream game.
Right, we can't do that because we don't want our stuff shut down. So yeah, nothing but legal shit here.
Yeah.
As much as we don't like it.
But if you're a boxing fan, you know what's up.
Yeah. Oh, wait, before we go, Hiko Chen, did any of you see Morrison and Rockman Jr. before we close it up? We saw. I didn't see the whole, but I did share an actual clip of it, like near the end, what happened. Yeah. From what I understand, Rockman was actually doing his thing for a little bit, and Morrison was kind of crude. But sometimes you have to be careful, even crude fighters. And Morrison seemed to have inherited his father's power. In fact, both of the Morrison sons did. One is just a little bit more struggle in his boxing than the other, though. But and unfortunately, Rockman Jr. was not able to handle that power all that much.
Yeah, because he got hit and hurt on some like how Marco Huck used to be doing dudes.
Yeah,
and I seen Rockman Jr. is like he went against the ropes. Like I feel like he almost should have just took a knee and just kind of got over it.
Yeah.
But he went into the ropes and it's like he was getting hit, but he didn't he wasn't fighting back, and they called it off.
Yeah.
And it's like then he starts protesting, and he has all the energy and shit afterwards. So I'm just like, he did that fire like 3 seconds earlier, man.
Yeah. But Hiko said, Morrison. So yeah, they're not really good. The Morrison sons are not good boxers, but they have a lot of power. And the last thing you still want to do is to stand in front of him like Rockman did, put his hands down, which he did, and because they may be crude, but you can't get hit by anyone with that type of power.
You're right. You got to be careful.
Yeah. So power will bail out the crudest of fighters at any given time.
The clash of styles is that Bivol fights on the outside to get mid-range.
Right.
Avoids the inside game with his movement. Mm-hmm. Canelo avoids the outside game to get mid-range to set up his inside. Yeah, this is going to be a highly tactical fight. Yeah, see, that's why this fight don't have no buzz, because of that shit.
Yeah, and that there's no incident where Bivol is slapping the shades off Canelo and Canelo's calling him all types of bad words and Bivol's not telling him to suck his dick in Russian or some shit like that.
Yeah, there's no there's no training Drago montage. There's no training up in the mountains. There's none of that shit. Like, fight got no buzz, but like I appreciate the breakdown because you're on to something. I do feel like that's how it is. Like, it's the whole battle to get the proper distance and like Bivol, he ain't gonna fight on the inside against Canelo. Canelo, that's murder.
That's more unless you're Floyd that actually knows how to roll with punches and you have the quicker hands than Canelo. And that's the one thing.
You got a mean Golovkin uppercut.
Right.
If you ain't got one of the two, then nah. And I don't care how big you was. So, yeah, hard to see a fucking big ass Bivol tiptoe footwork dancing away from Canelo.
No. Now, honestly, if you have better beef power, then yeah, you can stand and say there's a good chance you probably will win inside exchanges because Canelo's not going to want to feel that type of power, but that's different.
Oh, you got some Joe Smith power.
Yeah.
I mean, you just have light heavyweight fucking elite power. Like, I don't think Bivol has that. Like, he just it's good enough power, but it ain't that good enough power. Usually, you got to hit a nigga perfectly. Or keep hitting them over and over. And Bivol, he's a sweet science over and over.
Yeah, and as we said, though, light heavyweight probably has the highest concentration of punches. Like, there's some real deadly punches. Bivol might be one of the few fighters that, although he's a decent puncher, he's not a murderous one.
Yeah,
he's one of the rare ones that's not a murderous one.
yeah, definitely. But, yeah. I'm low key. I'm sold on it now, but I guess because we talked about it, but I'm probably gonna lose interest once we turn this shit off. And
of course, unless Eddie
Friday comes.
Unless, of course, Eddie has a 2-for-2 special, and in the undercard, there's a whole bunch of wars that pop off and shit like that, and there's blood that spills and shit like that. And just like what's his name from Ring Magazine says, we're all bloodthirsty ghouls and shit.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. So yeah, I think that's
final thoughts.
Yeah, definitely final thoughts. The end of the night. P, what about you, bro? Final thoughts for the night.
Very good weekend of boxing. All things considered. Sorry, my voice is a little but whatever.
That's not your voice.
Yeah, it was quite a night, but quite a weekend of boxing. Great weekend. Hopefully, the next weekend will be a joy, but who knows? Other than that, you know what it is. Ring Gang Radio all day, every day. Just where to find us at ringgangradio.com, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. We got some more stuff coming down the pipe. Just keep following. You'll see.
No doubt. And P, go log up and go get some rest, bro. Get
some honey and lemon and some ginger beer, nigga. It's like.
Yeah, man, go to that bodega, bro.
Some tea. Get some tea packets with honey.
Yeah. Some ginseng too. Like, you feel younger afterwards.
Oh man, hey, Pilot, what about you, bro?
You know what it is. Ring Gang Radio all day, every day. A couple times Sundays, but it was a good show. Great. This is probably the best night of boxing, I think, since the Teofimo Kambosos and Fulton Figgy fight. So, yeah, the special night of boxing. And next
or
week,
Lubin Pandora, like nigga.
Yeah, that one too. That was good too. Yeah,
that was a good night of boxing.
Yeah, no, we've been blessed. I mean, with boxing, and then obviously upcoming. Then after that, we got the Charlo card with boots on the under. The Castano. So, I'm blessed for boxing, blessed for the listeners, and you know what it is. Ringing Radio on every platform imaginable, and keep listening. Appreciate it.
No doubt, LB, bro.
Oh man, it's a great weekend of boxing, and I enjoyed every bit of it. I know everything that goes on with the fights. The fights that we've been won. We got 2 fights we've been won. For 2 years, it was 22 twos.
Word.
Two fights we were looking forward to for 2 years, and we got on the same day.
Yes, sir.
So that's crazy. On the same week, we hit 1,000 subs on YouTube. So
yes, absolutely.
So if you rocking with us, just stay rocking with us, and keep sharing them links and let people know, man. Ring Gang forever, man. The group of boxing content creators in the world. Like we the same clan of boxing. So here it is. You know what's up, man. We got all types of shit. Bars and boxing, rap about boxing, broad, all that shit. So just stay tuned. But yeah, shout out to everybody else in the chat. Heiko Chin, Henny God Slick, Texas made it, man. God bless y'all. Thanks for rocking with us, man. And everybody on Podomatic, Spotify, around the world, all of that, man. We appreciate it.
No doubt, man. Yeah, definitely gotta reiterate the 1,000 subs, man. And yeah, the 1,000 subs is still huge for us, like I said. And like, you know, one day we'll do a cast about, you know, pretty much like the ring gang journey and everything like that, and you know, and why it's significant for us. It's significant for us. But yeah, you know, we're not stopping at 1,000, man. You know, we'll keep going. 2,000, 3,000. You know, we want this shit large. Like we want to get that 100,000, get that 100,000, get that award from YouTube. You know what I'm saying? We want saying that, you know, Ring Gang Radio in there, because that would be an accomplishment. And so, yeah, man, like y'all just keep telling people, it's like, yeah, you know, we talk real about boxing. Like we have our own slang, our own lingo, as everyone has heard. You heard the jokes, and then of course you hear and you see all the shit that we do. You know, from bars of
no pandering. Yeah. You know, we ain't gonna hit you with the damn over the top militant bullshit. You know, but we gonna keep it real though.
Yeah, because we have several real episodes. Yeah. You know, like we just
give you the real shit. No, it's no like boxing worldwide. We're not just gonna talk about black fighters. We're not just gonna talk about Mexican fighters. We're not just gonna talk about Spanish fighters, white fighters. Talk about everybody. Fighters. Yeah, because we love boxing. So, yeah, and the world loves boxing. So we give you a world view of that shit. So
right.
It is what it is, man. You know, if you like it, then you at the right place.
Yeah, and we just talk about it in a very natural tone. Like, you know, it's not overly complicated. It's not, you know, on some, trying to be on some library shit or anything like that. Although we do all have all of us do have a library knowledge of boxing, and a lot.
Yeah, check out the Forgotten Fade articles on the website. Whenever there's a weekend that's like no boxing or not some good fights, we got a list like where we have old fights that we recommend, and we'll have the YouTube in the article. But yeah, y'all be easy, man. I'll check that shit out. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. Yeah, tell people about us. Share, our YouTube channel. Go to our webpage. We always update it. And then obviously for any, for your listening pleasure or your choice of platform that you listen to podcasts from, we're there. All you have to do is just here, either tell your Ring Gang Radio or whatever, or Spotify, Podomatic, anything like that, that you absorb your podcast, man. Ring Gang Radio, we there. Cause that's where we are, man. We spread our stuff everywhere. Some people bite, but we're the originals of what we do. There's no one out like us. And like I said, we just hope that you let everyone else know, and then you understand that. Man. So yeah, that's what I think I'll have to say. You just have to wait till next week. We're in the middle of a great run of fights. And it's not gonna, it doesn't stop. And I'm sure there's gonna be some more fights that are gonna be announced very soon. So for myself, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative. For LB Shuttleworth, the God, the GOAT artist, for Cautious Pilot, and then for King P, Bodega P, who told us to sign up early because, he needed to go get some rest after he drinks like lemon water or some shit like that. So this has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.
Peace.